Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Good morning, sir.
Yes, it is nice to meet you again in this week. Yeah, I hope you all in good conditions. So, uh, it is also happy to sharing information, to share some information with you. Uh, if we see our from the pandemic data from COVID COVID what to say COVID-19 co-ID, yeah, uh, the additional people that being infected is decreasing, and this is the actually good news, yeah. uh, I hope also we always keep the protocol kesehatan, and always aware with our health as well, anytime and anywhere you are. And I don't know the maybe recommendation from or regulation from our rector or from our dean in faculty of engineering. It might be our class will be offline soon, but I don't know. But if maybe, yeah, we can also prepare for these situations. So this is just an early warning, yeah, not early warning system, but this is just early information to all of you. Okay, I think the number of student is increasing. So already come. So allow me to share screen with you.
Yes, sir.
Actually, the topic for today is doesn't work. Wait a moment. Okay, nice. Where is my? Okay, thank you. And the topic for today is NGN in terms of broadcasting and network security. Just a summary that we already discussed about the overview of NGN technology, and then policy that we have to adapt, yeah, policy challenge in NGN technology. And right now we arrive at the term or topic broadcasting and network security. Why we talk about broadcasting specifically as well as for the network security, because the broadcasting area is really complex. I mean, in maybe 10 years ago or 1 decade ago, broadcasting environment, we consider not only the technology to broadcast, yeah, but also related to the economical and economic perspective, as well as from the government perspective, which is a regulator. Usually, also the broadcasting take into account to the social impact, yeah, because this technology or this service exposed to many people and sometimes change the culture of nations, change the culture of state, something like that. So in this point, I want to say that broadcasting is not merely as a technology only, but also we are talking about the economic perspective, regulations, as well as the social. And moreover, in terms of network security, the NGN is really concerned because uh, the legacy technology, I mean telecommunications service, usually by default is secure, yeah. But when the telecommunication service move to the NGN, in this term we use IP base, which is the IP base is uh, generated or uh, this IP base is based on the open protocols. Everybody knows the protocol of internet, and since since many people knows about this technology, I mean this IP based network, so it tends to more uh, unsecure because you can, yeah, for example, if we are talking about secret, we talking about the security or secret key, that's become still secret if only people knows, only few people knows. But when the information or the secret information already many people knows, is not being secret anymore, so or not being secure anymore because already public, something like that. So those kind of challenge in implementing NGN network based on the IP network. Okay, let's move to the first slide. Okay, talking about the broadcasting again, broadcasting convergence, broadcasting convergence into IP-based network. As you know that with at the previous course last week and 2 weeks ago, that broadcasting technology in terms of delivering the information is not only one platform. You can watch the television program not only from the television device, which is the television receive the signal from the antenna and then displayed in the televisions. But currently, you can watch television even from the computer, from the PC, or from the smartphone or from the uh, telecommunication cable or like internet service provider, yeah, like in the home, like first media, yeah. So those kind of phenomena realize that the broadcasting technology, I mean broadcasting service, no longer one platform. There are some enabler you can see here. First is digitalization of content. What does it mean? Digitalization of content is transforming the information to the digital format, transforming information to the digital format. Opposite to the digitalization is analog. This previous generation of communications. So if you familiar with the, I think you already took the telecommunication engineering as well as for many others. Maybe right now you are also still familiar with the, what to say, uh, radio FM, radio AM, something like that. Those kind of technology that brings analog, still analog information. Yeah, you can hear the FM radio, AM radio. Actually, there is a analog information because why analog? Because voice from the uh, presenter is directly modulated to the frequency carrier and then transmitted or broadcast. There is no digitalization. Okay. In contrast to the information that currently we enjoy, most of information are digital. For example, hmm, okay, like how to say, like a YouTube that you create as a Simon, you record using smartphone, yeah, like a video, yeah, video, you record using smartphone. This video, the smartphone produce a binary binary informations, binary information, and then this binary being formatted into different video coding, like for example MP4, yeah, MP4. This kind of information already digital. So video in this case already recorded using a digital device. And also not only video, text, yeah, text or even podcast. Yeah, podcast is like a voice service, voice streaming service, podcast, yes, and also maybe yeah, many other information. This is the digitalization of content. So the content is no more analog. And the consequence of digitalization, since the content is binary, so it can be delivered into IP-based network or digital communications. In general, we can say is a digital communications. Yeah, since the information already become binary. So what is the another important thing is the content is no longer depend on the network, but independent to the network. Maybe some of you asking what kind of information that depend on the network. Yeah, as simple as like a FM radio. FM radio, this voice only can be delivered through the dedicated spectrum, as well as AM radio and something like that. So it's really depend on the spectrum dedicated from this application, this service. But right now, content is really independent to the network, to the canal, to the network. So any information can be transferred using any network, since this is the power of digitalization. Okay, the next is IP-based network. As I mentioned, the connection between the digitalization is IP-based network is a really neutral network. Yeah, neutral network. Why neutral? Because this network can bring any information, any kind or any type information, video, text, voice, data, even crucial information. Yeah, any information can be brought by IP-based network. Okay, as the IP-based network require the internet connection, so again, another enabler is right now availability of high-speed broadband. Right now, we live in the era of broadband technology, which our internet connection is larger than 2 megabit per second. It's mean that uh, it is not so difficult to receive many service through the IP network. Maybe for the video streaming usually it's require high bandwidth, right? High data rate, high capacity, right? But maybe if we are living in 20 years ago, maybe experiencing video conference or video streaming through the mobile network is very challenging, was very challenging, maybe, yeah. But currently, video streaming, video conference can be conducted through the mobile network. That's a huge improvement in telecommunication sector. Why? If you realize the most advanced or most aggressive, yeah, most aggressive technology is telecommunications. Maybe 8 years ago, we experienced with 3G. Maybe some of you still in elementary high school and maybe you don't know about the 3G. But after that, after 5 years or 5 years, and the new technology comes like a 4G. And then in more shorter times, 5G come out. Right now, 5G already available in some countries, and in our country, some of uh, big city or already experience 5G. And currently, the development of 6G is progressing. If you follow the how to say research in IEEE, yeah, there are many proposed 6G technology, yeah, no more 5G. Yeah, that's kind of very aggressive development in telecommunication technology compared to the another sector. Yeah, of course there are many development, but times to market, rapid changing. Yeah, that's happened in telecommunications. Okay, the fourth sentence or fourth statement here, availability of multimedia device. Yes, this high-speed broadband is useless if we cannot enjoy many service. Yeah, in very practical device. Yeah, this kind of realization is smartphone. Again, comparing a phone 10 years ago, a phone maybe only has able to make a call, make texting the message, and any other limited service. But currently, even smartphone can be used for replacing computer. Currently, many people works on the smartphone because of the development of processor is comparable to the processor at the computer, and the number of RAM, yeah, random access memory, yeah, is comparable or even higher than smart apa than computer. I have a story last week when the engineering faculty had a disnatalis, and allow me to share some joyful information. At that time, I got the door prize, yes, a smartphone, and I realized the point is the capacity and RAM. Yeah, I got the Samsung A22, and I realized that the RAM is 6 gigabit. No, 6 gigahertz, and for the storage is 128. Yeah, and I realized that this smartphone is not high end smartphone. Yeah, this is not high end because I checked at the website from Tokopedia. The price is only below 3 million. It's around 2.999. Yeah, it's around 3 million lah. 3 million rupiah. But I realized that with such a price, we get the 128 giga memory, and for the spec 6 gigahertz RAM. It's quite big. Even my laptop that I got from my office 4 years ago, the RAM for the RAM is still 4, 4 giga. But currently, with the price of 3 million, you can get 6 RAM and 128 SSD, of course, yeah, because of it's not possible to attach the hard drive to the smartphone, yeah. Of course, the 128 it is SSD. So, and I realized that this is not high end, yeah, not high end phone. I don't know, maybe for the Samsung 22 currently uh, it has maybe 1 tera, yeah, maybe. I never checked because it's so expensive. Yes. Okay. The point is development of device is very rapid, and this device support for multi-service, multi-use, or even to conduct. It's like a replacing computer. You can render render the video, rendering like a processing video. Maybe after you make a recording video, and then you can edit, and you can edit from the smartphone. And then once you uh, uh, maybe you are agree, and you see, you think that you are good, and then you can upload it directly to the YouTube. Yes. Okay. And the next point is high speed mobile network. Yes. Yes. Currently, mobile network is comparable uh to the what we call fiber optic network, FTTH. Yeah, FTTH, fiber to the home. Even you can experience with no lag for video streaming once you are mobile. So it's like fibering, uh, what to say, fibering network, fibering mobile network, and the high speed broadband for mobile technology is still increasing, and yeah, will be much more attractive in the coming years, something like that. Okay. And then this enabler this enabler brings the convergence on the broadcasting and telecommunication service. From the telco operator standpoint, they provide content and broadcaster. I mean, from the telecommunication operator standpoint, they provide content. Content, yeah, content. I mean, not only telecommunication service, but content. Yeah, content. It's mean that broadcasting, TV program, and many and so on. And from the broadcaster standpoint, also they provide content over IP network. Means that they are broadcasting the program through the IP network. The another effect is transforming user from passive into active watcher. Yeah, when you uh, watching television using traditional televisions device, you only can receive. Means like another word is passive. You watch and oh yes, there is no chance for being active. Yeah. Uh, but right now, when you are watching YouTube, you can give a response. You can assess. You can give score, being like or dislike, and then being subscribe or unsubscribe, something like that. You can also put a comment. Oh, your video is good, amazing. Please create another video. Wow, something like that. This kind of active in this kind of interactive uh, media makes uh, the communication more attractive attractive from the broadcaster, attractive from the user, something like that. Okay. Okay, let's move forward. And then what has changed in NGN era? The digital content make a new form as a digital broadcasting, and this digital broadcasting enables a more efficient use of spectrum. Please look at this figure. Uh, this one. Let's look at this one. This is the era of analog TV. Era of analog TV. At that time, the analog TV occupies from 478 until 806 megahertz. It is equivalent to the bandwidth being 328 megahertz. This bandwidth is very huge. If you compare to the 4G, the bandwidth rent to the operator for 4G is equivalent to 40 megahertz. 40 megahertz. And this bandwidth should be split into number of operator. And you can see here is very yeah, it's small, very small compared to this one. So uh, this is a TV analog era, yeah. And then when we move to the digital television broadcasting, since the digital broadcasting require only smaller bandwidth, so we can reduce the use of spectrum here for digital broadcasting. You can see from the yellow area become smaller. You compare that, we can reduce become 192 megahertz. And the rest of the spectrum, maybe in this case here, it can be reserved for future digital TV broadcasting. This is for future technology. And the rest of another, we can use to another service. And that we can call as a digital dividend. This can be used for LTE or another services. Okay. And this really uh, advantages. Okay, move to the next part, enabling a new audiovisual content provider. Yeah, by the digitalization, the content creator is not only a broadcaster, but even as an individual, we can create content, information content, or audiovisual content that you can post directly into YouTube, TikTok, etc. And then you can be called as YouTuber or TikToker. And also, content provider can offer service directly to all market without gate, gatekeepers. Means that content provider, for example, as an individual like us, can create video and put directly to the YouTube, and everybody can see it. Everybody can enjoy, everybody can watch without gatekeepers. Gatekeepers, it's mean like maybe uh what to say, maybe at the beginning, at the maybe currently in bahasa Indonesia, I don't know in English, like agen, again, artis again, ya, agen artis lah gitu ya. Itu like a gatekeepers. Usually become an artist, they will come to the uh, agen, ya, like pencari bakat begitu ya, agen pencari bakat. Kemudian and then this candidate will be orbiting, will be promoting, ya, something like that. But currently we can promote by ourselves. For example, yeah, by yeah, to those who are interested, maybe introducing your activity and recording and then posting, uh, means that you are orbiting yourself through YouTube, through TikToker. Currently, many uh, like upcoming artists, uh, like a celebgram, yeah, celebgram mean that celebrity from Instagram, celebrity from YouTube, celebrity from TikTok, something like that. That this celebrity come directly to the audience without agent, yeah, without the artist agent, okay, something like that. Okay, next is government instruments to control broadcasting content are challenged by new multi-platform. Yeah, usually since uh, uh, it's like a liberalization of technology, like we posting video in YouTube, yeah, there is no, it's like supervision, right? Supervision is based on the system, YouTube system. There is no supervision from the government point of view. You can directly upload what you are record. Maybe you are recording, for example, sorry to say, maybe some accidents. Actually, it is not appropriate to public, to make a publication about the accident. But usually, yeah, actually, I hope it is not you, but some of other people that may be impolite, recording the some accident and then upload and make it viral. It is not polite, not appropriate, and that's happen because government cannot control. There is no supervision at the YouTube. Everybody can upload, everybody can publish at the beginning. Yeah? Even though after maybe after going viral, some instruments of government instrument and then take down the YouTube, the certain content, it is uh, another view. It is like actions from government, but there is no supervision, there is no anticipations. Okay, I hope you understand about this point. And then the last point, broadcasting not only become more competitive market but also more international market. Yes, absolutely. Take an example from YouTube. Your video is not only being watched from Indonesia, but also from all the world. They can watch your video. Right now, everybody is not some state citizen, but currently become world citizen. We can share information from anywhere, anytime to the world directly. And we can enjoy any information from the world as well. Okay, is there any question?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Okay. Again, talking about the regulations. Uh, when we are talking about the convergence, this convergence will really on the content. Yeah, because we are when we are talking about the technology, the technology already become IP based, and the only variation on this NGN is content. That's why many people in terms of regulation or what to say, from the perspective economy, the perspective of government, perspective of technology, they are very put many effort on uh, development of content. Yeah, content itself is information diversity, video, text, voice, and many of uh, innovation and improvement related about the content. So first, from the scope of regulations, yeah, the NGN brings a new definition of broadcasting service because the broadcasting service is no more than uh, I mean the broadcasting service is not only about make a TV program and then distribute it into uh, broadcasting network, but rather than create a content by anyone, any people, any institutions. So in terms of subject, there are change. There is a change, yeah. Not only institution of broadcasting media, but even people, individual can create or can broadcast, yeah. So something like that. The point number two, addressing a number of social and economic interests. Usually, there are many motivations in the broadcasting. uh, take an example in uh, sorry to say, in North Korea. North Korea. Unfortunately, people in the North Korea, because the yeah, you can read from the news lah. The government use a broadcasting media to spread a propaganda, yeah, to their yeah uh, the society. So they keep the true informations and then spread what the information that give benefit to the government. That's kind of uh how to say uh national interest, something like that. So in terms of social and economic, also we can use broadcasting media to deliver this kind of issue. First, like a plurality, cultural diversity, the national interest or national identity, and standard of decency. And we are agree that uh, every state has a different standard of decency. For example, in Indonesia, as like orang Timur, yeah. I mean, we are East people. East people means that yeah, many people say that orang Timur sangat menghargai kesopanan, lemah lembut dan lain sebagainya. That's kind of standard decency. Decency is kesopanan, ya. And also that's kind of very affect to the broadcasting content. Yeah, maybe if we are comparing our nation, yeah, comparing Indonesian, yeah, cultural or standard of decency with Japan, with Europe, with mid Middle East country, they are different standard of decency. They have they have a different cultural diversity. Those kind of issue, those kind of aspect, we can respect to each other. That's why maybe there is some ban about the video, maybe how to say unproper, yeah, not proper video. We have to block something like that. This kind of the how to block, how to manage, yeah, regarding the social and economic interest in terms of plurality and so on, that can be conducted through the regulations. Uh, okay. For example, in European Union, yeah, we are talking about the technology and services. They only differentiated the television service becomes schedule and non-schedule, for example, yeah. So in Europe, they are only separated this service only schedule and non-schedule, something like that. Okay, next point is ensuring effective competitions. Yeah, we should highlight competitions. Yes, because uh, as we already talked last week, competition can brings new innovations, but bad competition can deteriorated service. Yes. So maintaining effective competition is important. First, equal access to content to provide competitive offers. Equal access to content, so everybody can access the content. Yeah, means that a new player, for example, maybe as an individual, can also post at YouTube. That's kind of equal access. Not only maybe the big company, yeah, something like that. So currently, many broadcasting uh, media also take some serial from YouTube. Yeah, many program that duplicate from YouTube, something like that. Okay, next point is development of the appropriate technologies and service on the digital divide spectrum. This is pointed out about the use of digital dividend. Why? It is important. Yes, because this digital dividend in terms of spectrum should be used appropriately to improve the quality of service to the people using appropriate technology. Yes. And the next point, government can start by educating customer properly, reducing switching costs, simplifying bureaucracy for new player. In this case, government can start enforcing the regulation by first, at least, to increase the understanding this technology to the people, and also publishing that switching costs should be reduced, and also in terms of a new player in telecommunications, yeah, should be uh, should be should be how to say, should be managed through simple bureaucracy. Means that, as you know, that maybe in terms of investment, like President Jokowi said many times, that to increase competitiveness in investment, we should reduce the number of uh, administration bureaucracy. Once we cut many procedure, then we can speed up the investment. Also, it can be happen for telecommunication service, something like that. Of course, the next point is spectrum allocation, means that government should allocate properly the digital dividend. The next point is public interest objective for content, means that regulation should consider the change in the supply of information and programming. Next is move to institutional supervision to system-based supervision, like a YouTube for child. This supervision is no longer conducted by government, but conducted by system. And then audiovisual service offered by internet provider that simply hosts the content uploaded directly by users cannot be included in a possible definition of broadcasting service. Means that, for example, in the home, yeah, in the home, IndiHome is if we are really wants to be a internet provider, and then they can be charged as a broadcasting provider. They only be charged as internet provider or telecommunication provider in terms of audio visual service, yeah, because they only just for a pipe, yeah, delivering information from user to the uh, content provider. And the next aspect is advertising. At the legacy network, advertising is like a time frame and quota dedicated for entertainment. So there is a proportion between uh, 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 program content and advertisement content. Usually, like in television, there is some uh, uh, delay, not delay, how to say, jeda lah. Jeda is like in English is like uh, program in between. So, for example, there is a main program and then sometime break for enjoying advertisement. It's kind of uh, 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 framework. So, for example, in 1 hour program, and then proportion for the advertisement being 15 minutes or something. But those were not applicable anymore in NGN era, because the advertisement can be managed by user itself. It's mean that, for example, when we are watching YouTube and then instantly pop up the advertisement. Maybe in popular video or with popular YouTube video, there are will be many pop up for advertisement. But in this case, user can take option, which is wants to watch the advertisement or just skip. That's the differences between NGN era and in the traditional era. User can actively skip the advertisement that may be not proper for them. And also the last one, there is a must carry regulation, means that broadcaster must carry public service channel. Yeah, for example, in maybe in IndiHome or First Media, there is a free channel, right? Free available channel that always available, yeah, without charge, without being charged when we are watching the several channel, television channel. For example, TVRE and many national channel that instantly available when you are subscribed like IndiHome or First Media. That's kind of must carry regulations. This kind of approach is to keep national content exist, because if there is no this kind of regulation, maybe national content, national television will be collapsed because there is no audience. I think, but I'm not sure. But maybe uh, some of you right now enjoy global television service like a Netflix, maybe National Geography, something like that. And I'm almost sure that maybe you are never watch national television like Indosiar, maybe TVRI, something like that. Yeah, it is not mistake, of course. This is our freedom to watch what we are interested in. But in terms of government, that they have to keep the national identity, they should keep that the national market in the broadcasting media. So they take these actions, and this action or this regulation is common. Many state or many country use this mass carry regulations. Okay, okay. Is there any comment or question?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Let's go on. Okay. Next point is about the institutional environment. So we should know that uh, creating new technology, opening new technology for delivering new service or new platform, new environment needs institutional support or government support. There has traditionally been a distinct between broadcast regulator and telecommunication regulator. And minimizing the number of regulator that an enterprise need to deal with is also important to or in order to minimize regularity costs and reduce the potential uncertainty and inconsistency. Of course, that's also happen, yeah. But we are already talk investment program from President Jokowi that we should cut many unimportant regulations. We should jump, yeah. We should shortcut, yeah, many administration to provide new service, new investment, something like that. Because when many institution takes into account to the for being regulator, it is open for uncertainty and inconsistency. For example, maybe in certain ministry, different regulator regulation, and certain ministry different uh, regulation, and this should be harmonized. Yeah, something like that. Regulator in broadcasting and telecommunication have had an important role in regulating dominant market position. Yes. Convergence driven by NGN is clearly increasing the need for better horizontal coordination in regulation. Okay, that's all. And then we move forward to NGN and security, network security. Okay, we are talking about the security. Yeah, security is important aspect in NGN since the IP network are experienced with the attacks. Yeah, as we know that IP network is prone to be attacked. Yeah, like internet, email, and application. And there are many times happen. Yeah, even currently, recently, Indonesian database has been blow up and has been sell. Yeah, in many forum. That's kind of, yeah, potential. Yeah, this kind of attack. Yeah, in IP network. Why? Second sentence. In the previous generation, I mean the traditional circuit switch, like a telephone rumah previously, are usually designed as closed protocol. Means that only few people knows about how this technology works. I believe that maybe chemical engineer, yeah, doesn't know how the telecommunication works or 2G network works. And I'm not sure the civil engineer or architecture engineer knows how the telecommunication works. But yeah, in the NGN era, in which that the network uses IP base, many people knows about the internet. I almost sure that maybe chemical engineer knows about the internet. Yes. Civil engineer knows about internet. Or even maybe econom knows about the internet. Medical doctor also knows about the internet. Many people knows about the internet. As many people increase knowing about the internet, also this network prone to be attacked, needs more secure design, something like that. Yeah, for example, this is a very light example. Even maybe people, yeah, maybe one of people in some institution, maybe, and then they receive email, spam email, and then this spam email may, because they don't know maybe exactly, but they know how to open the email. Maybe he or she, I just opened the email, but realized that this is the spam email, and then uh, click in the spam email, and then depend on the action or a potential attack from this spam email. uh, this guy can be as a, how to say, actor, yeah, because click and then they open the system email that they have. So this kind of attack, this kind of potential attack can occur around our daily life. And then the third point, security is essential for industry to be reliable and competitive in the global market. Yes, of course. Because you can imagine that once a network or internet network down in certain country could impact to the national economy, like a pasar saham down, yeah, banking down, uh, something like that. That if those happen, and then the national economy also down, something like that. So that's why the security in telecommunications, or especially in NGN era, it's very important. Social dimension of security, that's what we are happening now. Consumer are becoming dependent on information system. Maybe some of us, I'm not sure, but I believe we are become we will become maybe a bit stressed, or become how to say, yeah, a bit maybe not enjoy, yeah, disappointed when maybe our smartphone failure, maybe become less activity or something like that, or less productive, something like that. That's kind of phenomena that consumer are becoming dependent on information system. There is no life, for example, yeah, no life if there is no smartphone, because you cannot interact, or you are limited interaction if there is no smartphone. The real interaction become lesser, yeah, become not frequent. In our daily life, maybe we are meet our neighbor, I think maybe once less than 1 week, less than in once in 1 week, maybe maybe less, yeah. The people tend to watch the information system, and people will desperate when they don't get connection. Something like that. That's kind of phenomena that are happening right now. And then in terms of uh, point of uh, origin threat, because we are living on the converged infrastructure, mean that uh, our network is connected all of the world, means that the original destination of trade can be from anywhere in the world. So right now become more frequent and common national security, because there are many attack, cyber attack from another country, something like that. So this threat, this attacks is no more from inside of the country, but it comes, it can come from outside country, foreign country, nowhere, or even from the satellite, from space. And then ensuring an appropriate balance between civil liberties and security solution is important, such as anonymity and freedom of expression. Usually, government enforce everybody should share identity. There is no anonymity or freedom, so become less freedom of speech. And then to to solve these security issues, uh, collaboration is important, yeah, between international standard organization. And for your informations, that there are many international standard, including ITU, ETSI, ISO, ITF, and 3GPP. And if we refer to the ITU resolution under number X805, there are five possible threats. Distractions means the distraction of information or network. Corruption, unauthorized tampering with an asset. Removal, theft, removal or loss of information or other resources. Disclosure, unauthorized access to an asset. Interruptions, network become unavailable or unusable. More specifically, common security in NGN, yeah, identity theft and denial of service, yeah, attack, something like this, can impact on review operator. And then I do recommendation on three security layers, like for infrastructure, service, and applications. And very more specific, there are threats and risks for voice over IP. Yes, when we are talking on WhatsApp, WhatsApp is kind of voice over IP. Threats kind of eavesdropping through interception or duplications, loss or alteration, deletion of content, caller ID locations maybe not be identified an emergency, lack of capacity or system management, denial of service attack, viruses, viruses and other malware, and power failure. And the risk issues can be, you can see here, uh, there are many risk issues. Okay, this kind of threats and risks for voice over IP you can access from this link. Okay, that's all my presentation today. Uh, is there any comment or questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Please.
So for security in NGN, are there uh, new protocols or systems that are required to be made for NGN?
Yes. Uh, the answer is here. ITU recommendation on three security layers. So in the NGN infrastructure, there should be at least minimum three security should be applied. Security measure should be applied in infrastructure, in the service, and in the application layer, something like that. And then if you are interested in the what kind of security, actually this is out of our topics, because if you are interested in the security in each layer, and then we can move to different topic, something like that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Is there any other question?
I have another question, sir.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm still a bit confused for the NGN system. Is NGN applied for each provider, or is it applied over the whole country? So as in like, does Telkomsel and XL have their own NGN, or does NGN include both Telkomsel and XL?
Okay. Actually, the NGN is a platform, yeah, is a platform. So this platform can be applied for any provider, and it should be applied. Why should be to be interconnected or to be interoperability? So in terms of applying is referred to the operator. Uh, and then what kind of rule from the government? Government regulate is regulating the this new platform, something like that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So NGN is applied for each provider.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
yes. Is there any question?
Sir, maybe I have one question.
Yes, please.
In this engine, uh, is the telecommunication regulator and the broadcast regulator is like embedded, is like combined or not?
Yeah, it should be harmonized in terms of simplifying the or combine this regulation body into one, something like that, or even existing, still existing, maybe for telecommunication existing, and the broadcasting regulator is still existing, but the area of regulation, it should be reconsidered, I mean should be evaluated. Why? uh, for example, in perspective of broadcasting regulator, they should not regulate about the content dependent network. Means that the telecommunication is no I mean the telecommunication network is not only for broadcasting. Sorry, uh, the broadcasting provider or broadcaster or TV broadcaster is not uh, provide the telecommunication network anymore. I mean, t- tele. I mean something like that. Maybe it's better to write because currently at the previous generation in the TV analog, yeah, analog. This TV broadcaster like TVRI, TVRI should responsible for program, program, which is content, yeah, content, and the network. Network means that how this content being propagate, yeah, being broadcast in terms of technology, yeah. Uh, but currently in the TV digital, this TVRI only responsible for program. The network, this program, uh, can be delivered through the many platform or multi platform. Okay, from this kind of activity, let's say I write here, this is KPI, for example, Komisi Penyiaran Indonesia. Ideally, they not regulated on the network anymore, because in the existing service, the TVRI doesn't responsible for the network. Yeah, this kind of adoption or evaluation should be conduct by the KPI, something like that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. Is there any other question? Okay. If there is no questions, uh, so